Welcome children. In our previous class we discussed nutrition and its definition and uses of nutrition also. How the living organisms are taking food materials, how the plants are taking food materials, how the other living organisms are taking food materials we discussed. Okay, the introduction is totally completed before March 18th. Before March 18th means before our holidays we discussed chapter 1 introduction totally is completed. Now directly I am going to explain the topics in our chapter 1 nutrition. Before going to discuss about the topics, we need to discuss about photosynthetic equation again. Basing on this activity, important three activities are there. Basing on this equation, important three activities are there. These three activities, if we study well, then we can get very good marks in final examinations. For that, we need to discuss photosynthetic equation again. Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Already in our earlier classes we discussed equations of photosynthesis. Modified equation. Next one is simplified equations are also there. Modified equation we need to discuss. It is very important. Now we need to discuss simplified equation. Basing on the modified equation, three important activities he is giving in every final examinations. Let us see. 6CO2 plus 12H2O. 12H2O. 6CO2 means 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. 12H2O means 12 molecules of water. By taking 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water in presence of light. In presence of light inside of chlorophyll. What is about chlorophyll? It's a pigment. Which pigment? Which colored pigment? Green colored pigment. If you observe the plants, more number of majority of plants contains which color? Green color. Why? Because of the presence of chloroplast organelle in it. Why does the most of chloroplasts are green in color? Because of the presence of chlorophyll pigment in it. Okay, majority of plant bodies, plant leaves are green in color because of the presence of chlorophyll pigment. Okay, so these are the reactants: 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water. Next, here we are going to discuss the products formed in the photosynthesis. C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6O2. What are the products? C6H12O6 means this is food material formed in the plant bodies. Next, 6H2O means how many molecules of H2O? 6 molecules. H2O means water. This is oxygen. How many molecules of water? Oxygen will be formed. 6 molecules of oxygen will be formed in the process of photosynthesis. This is modified form of photosynthetic equation. C.P. Van Til gave this equation, already we discussed. 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of water. By taking these both the reactants along with the light, in presence of light inside of chlorophyll, plants produce food material C6H12O6 and they prepares water also. Do you know photosynthesis also releases water? Next, it also releases oxygen. Basing on this photosynthetic equation, we have three important activities. First activity he will give you. These three are very important for the final examination point of view. What is the first activity? How can you prove that the carbon dioxide is necessary for the plant growth? Okay, how can you prove that the carbon dioxide is necessary for the plant growth? This is one important activity. Next, how can you prove that the food is formed? C6H12O6 is formed in the photosynthesis. This is another important activity. Next, how can you prove that oxygen? 6O2 means oxygen. How many molecules? 6 molecules. How can you prove that oxygen is liberated in the process of photosynthesis? So these three are very important activities in our chapter 1. Okay, along with these three activities, another activity also there. That activity is how can you say that the light plays an important role in the process of photosynthesis. Totally how many important, how many activities? 4 activities. 4 out of how many important activities are there? 3 important activities. And the last one and the fourth one is how can you shows light plays an important role in the process of photosynthesis. Today in this class I am going to explain Hydrilla experiment, or it is also called as how can you prove that the oxygen is liberated. How can you prove that the oxygen is liberated in the photosynthesis process? Like this manner he will ask you, how can you prove that the oxygen is liberated in the process of photosynthesis? Or directly he will give you, write a note on Hydrilla experiment. Or directly he will give you John Ingenhouse, write about John Ingenhouse experiment. Then you need to write the oxygen produced in the process of photosynthetic equation. That activity you need to write. So now I am going to explain that the Hydrilla experiment. Which experiment? Hydrilla experiment. Why does it is called as Hydrilla experiment? Here in this activity we are using Hydrilla plants. Which plants? Hydrilla plants. Hydrilla plants. What is about Hydrilla plants? Hydrilla plants are aquatic plants. Aquatic plants means these plants they can grow in water. Some they can grow in deserts. If some plants they can grow in deserts, then they are called which plants? Xerophytes or desert plants. If they grows in water, then they are called which plants? Aquatic plants. So Hydrilla experiment. In this experiment we are using aquatic plants. Those were named as Hydrilla. Okay, Hydrilla named aquatic plants we are using. That is why this experiment was named as Hydrilla experiment. So this is one experiment. Experiment means generally we can see some side headings. What they are? Aim, materials, procedure. What they are? Aim, materials, procedure, observation, and the final one is conclusion. Along with these 5 we need to draw the diagram also. It is also very important. Let us see. Aim. Here what is our aim? To prove O2 is released. O2 means what is about O2 symbol? Oxygen. O2 is released in PS. PS means it's a short form of, already I told you, short form of photosynthesis. To prove O2 is released in photosynthesis. This is our aim. Let us see. Aim completion after materials required we need to discuss. Materials. So which materials are required for this process? Which materials are required? What do you know about it? Glass beaker. Large glass beaker. One large glass beaker. One glass beaker. Next, what do you know about this? Test tube. Test tube. One large glass beaker. Next one is a test tube. One large glass beaker, test tube. And what do you know about this? Funnel. Inside of this funnel there is a chance to see some twigs are there. Branches of plants. These branches of plants are called Hydrilla twigs. Okay. First you need to take one glass funnel. Inside of that funnel, insert some Hydrilla twigs. Okay. So one glass funnel. glass funnel and hydrilla twigs. Along with these materials, we need to take one matchbox. What is the use of matchbox? Matchbox is useful to observe whether the oxygen is released in this process or not. We are going to verify by using this matchbox. Okay, I will explain you in the procedure. So these are the materials. One more time we will recall. And to prove oxygen is liberated in the process of photosynthesis. Materials: glass beaker. Which glass beaker? One large glass beaker. Next one test tube. Next one glass funnel. Along with which twigs? Hydrilla twigs. So these are the materials required for this process. Okay. Next, let us see procedure. Take a large glass beaker. Fill it with 3/4 of water. Fill it with how much water? 3/4 of water. Okay. Inside of it, take a large glass funnel and insert few branches of hydrilla twigs in it. Now invert that glass funnel in that beaker. Let us see. Look at this arrangement. This is large glass beaker. Inside of that I filled with the water. Okay, 3/4 of the glass beaker should be filled with the water. Next, inside of this glass beaker already we have hydrilla twigs. Next, what is it? Glass funnel. Next, take a test tube. Fill it with full of water. Already I filled it with water and carefully insert it over the surface of that particular. Okay, look at this arrangement. A large glass beaker. Inside of this large glass beaker, we poured some water. Next, glass funnel is there. Over the surface of that glass funnel, we insert one test tube with some water. Now keep this above arrangement in a sunny area. About how many hours? 2 to 3 hours. How many hours? 2 to 3 hours. If you place this arrangement in a sunny area about 2 to 3 hours, after 2 to 3 hours, if you observe the test tube, here we have test tube. Okay, if you observe the test tube, there is a chance to see some air bubbles will come in the test tube. Carefully observe, some air bubbles will come. Now slowly you need to remove that test tube and close the mouth of that particular test tube with your thumb. Already we have some materials. Which materials? Glass beaker, test tube, glass funnel, hydrilla twigs. Next, matchbox. All these materials we use except this matchbox. Okay, now take the matchbox. Remove one matchstick. Light the matchstick. Now place that particular matchstick at the mouth of this test tube. Then what will happen? If this test tube contains oxygen gas in it, then what will happen? It burns quickly. What will happen? It burns quickly. Matchstick burns quickly. So if you conduct this experiment at your home, what will happen? The matchstick or incense stick will burn quickly. What it indicates? It indicates that the oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis. What is our observation finally? Oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis. If this test tube contains carbon dioxide in it, then what will happen? What will happen? The lighted matchstick will goes up. The light will goes up. Why? What the reason? Carbon dioxide is acts as like a fire extinguisher, but oxygen is always encourages the fire. That is why the matchstick will burn quickly. One more time we are going to recall hydrilla experiment. This hydrilla experiment aim is to prove oxygen. O2 means oxygen is released in the process of photosynthesis. Next, Materials required for this process: one large glass beaker is needed. Next one, test tube, glass funnel, hydrilla twigs. Hydrilla means it's an aquatic plant. Next, matchbox. Okay, matchbox means matchsticks are useful for the identification whether the oxygen is produced in the process of photosynthesis or not. Next procedure: take a large glass beaker, inside of that fill it with water. Next we need to place some hydrilla twigs inside of that particular glass funnel. Next we need to cover it with a test tube having some water in it. Wait for 2 to 3 hours. After 2 to 3 hours there is a chance to see some air bubbles in that particular test tube. If you observe the air bubbles by using matchsticks, then what will happen? The glowing matchsticks burns quickly. What it indicates? It indicates the oxygen is produced during the process of photosynthesis. This is very important activity, children. Basing on this activity, so many times he gave us questions in final examinations. In SA1, SA2, SA3 also, every time we are getting 4 marks important questions basing on this activity. Okay, hydrilla experiment. Write about hydrilla experiment, one direct question. Or write about Ingenhouse experiment. Or another question he will give you: how can you prove that the oxygen is released during the process of photosynthesis? Like this manner he will give you the questions basing on this activity. Now I am going to explain you the second activity. This is activity 1 in our chapter 1. Activity 1 in our chapter 1. Okay, here also for this activities also we need to discuss some side headings like our previous activity. A. What is our aim? What we are going to prove? To prove the presence of starch. To prove the presence of starch. In leaves. To prove the presence of starch in leaves. We are going to prove the presence of starch in leaves. What is about starch? Starch is the food material in plant body. Already we have observed the structure of starch. Formula of starch: C6H12O6. C6H12O6 means starch. It's also called carbohydrate. It's also called glucose, or it is also called fructose. How many names it has? 4 names: starch, glucose, fructose, carbohydrate. Okay, what we are going to verify? To prove the presence of starch in plant leaves. Okay, this is our aim. Let us see the materials required for this process. For this process also one glass beaker is needed. Like this manner, one glass beaker is also needed. So glass beaker. Next, here also test tube. One glass beaker. Next one test tube also needed. Along with the test tube, we need to take one tripod stand. One tripod stand. Next one, a Bunsen burner. One Bunsen burner. Next, methylated spirit. Do you know spirit? Methylated spirit. Alcohol. Spirit nothing but alcohol. So what are the materials required for this process? One glass beaker, test tube, tripod stand, burner. Which burner? Bunsen burner, methylated spirits, and a tender leaf. Tender means leta. Tender means small. A new leaf. Tender leaf. So these are the materials required for this process. Along with these materials, one important chemical is needed. That important chemical is tincture solution. Which solution? Tincture solution. Let us see the materials again. Glass beaker, tincture, test tube, tripod stand, tender leaf. Next, Bunsen burner, methylated spirit. Okay, let us see. This is tincture solution. This is tincture solution. This is glass beaker. I poured some water in it. Like this manner, you need to take one glass beaker. Inside of that, fill it with some water. Okay. Next, take a test tube. Like this manner, you need to take a test tube. Inside of that, fill it with a few ml of what it is? Methylated spirit. Few ml of methylated spirit. And insert one tender leaf in it. Let us see. All of you look at this carefully. Here this is a test tube which contains a methylated spirit in it, and there is a chance to see one tender leaf. Okay. Now keep this test tube inside of this glass beaker carefully. Okay. Now keep this arrangement over the surface of a burner. If you light the burner, then what will happen? If you light the burner, what will happen? What will happen? The water present in the beaker will gradually going to heat up. Whenever the water is going to heat up, then what will happen? Here test tube contains methylated spirit. It also going to heat up. So in this methylated spirit, already we insert one plant leaf. After few minutes, after 25 minutes of vigorous heating, what will happen? That the plant leaf will become pale white color. Plant leaf will become which color? Pale white color. Okay. And now we need to take that pale white color leaf carefully into a petri dish. Petri dish means it looks like our saucer. Okay. So let us see. This is a petri dish. Inside of this petri dish, we need to take that particular pale white colored leaf. Now we have a tincture solution. Okay. Pour this tincture solution 2 to 3 drops on it. If you pour this tincture solution on that particular pale colored leaf, then what will happen? That pale colored leaf will be converted into a special colored leaf. That special color is which color? A combination of blue-black color. It's a combination of a blue and a black color. Whenever the blue-black color is formed, then what it indicates? What it indicates? It indicates that the starch can be found in the plant leaves. If there is no blue-black color, then what will happen? What will happen? There is no chance to observe any starch in it. Okay? Did you understand? Basing on this activity, he will give you what will happen if you conduct this experiment in a de-starched plant. Do you know the difference between starched plant and de-starched plant? Starched plant means the plants which can be seen in a sunny areas. Called starched plants. They are in sunny areas. Means they can prepare food materials. Means they are having starch in it. Called starched plants. How can you prepare de-starched plant? Simply by taking a potted plant and by keeping it into a room for a week. Which room? Dark room for a week. Then it acts as like a which plant? De-starched plant. If you perform the above activity, means the same activity with the de-starched plant, then what will happen? There is no chance to see any blue-black color. Did you understand? Basing on this activity, will give you what will happen if you conduct the same activity with the de-starched plant. If we conduct the same activity with the de-starched plant, then what will happen? What will happen? We do not get blue-black color. Okay, we do not get a blue-black color. Understand? One more time I am going to recall you this activity. This is activity 1. What is our aim? To prove the presence of starch in plant leaves. Starch formula C6H12O6. Okay, this is our aim. Materials required: one large glass beaker. Next to tincture iodine solution. Test tube. Tripod stand. Next to tender leaves. Next one, Bunsen burner, methylated spirit. These are the materials required for this process. Next, procedure. Okay, arrange the above apparatus. Already I have told you. Like that manner you need to arrange. Next, you should wait 2 to 3 hours. After 2 to 3 hours, if you observe the leaf. Okay. Already I have told you about the arrangement. If you keep that particular arrangement over the surface of a burner about 20 to 25 minutes, after 20 to 25 minutes you will get a tender leaf. Which color the tender leaf? A pale white color tender leaf. Next, on the surface of the pale white color tender leaf, if you add 1 or 2 drops of tincture iodine solution, you will get a blue-black color. The formation of blue-black color indicates that the presence of starch in plant leaves. Okay, so totally 4 activities we have. 4 out of 2 important activities are completed in this class. Remaining 2 activities we are going to discuss in our next class. Thank you, children.